Hello, welcome to class. My name is Samuel, your tutor from Royal Tutors. Today we are going to be talking about rounding up numbers. We'll learn how we can round up numbers to nearest tens, to nearest hundreds, and to nearest thousands. Now, let's go. To round a number to nearest tens, we need the last digit of the number. What we are checking is the last digit of the number. So if it is one digit number, you use the number directly. If it is two digit number, we check the last digits. If it is three digit number, we check the last digit as well. Irrespective of the number of digits it is, we always check the last digit. The last digit is what we use as the determinant on whether to round it up or to round it down. Then for hundreds, you check the last two digits. And as well for 1,000, you check the last three digits. Now, let's see how we can do this. When you're talking about rounding to the nearest tens, let's say, for example, we want to round a number 7 to nearest tens. What we are saying, remember, in place value, you must have learned about units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, and all. If you have not learned about that, we have video on this done on place value. You can please check them and then come back to watch this video so that you understand fully what we are talking about. All right. So what we are doing is when you are rounding a number up or we are rounding it down, this is how we determine that. And what we are doing is that we are seeing what is the closest tens number to it. Tens number simply means numbers in their tens, talking about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100 is, okay, let's just stop at 90. So any number from 10 and then 90 counting in tens, they are the one we call tens numbers. They are tens numbers. They are tens numbers. Any two-digit number has tens number. For tens number themselves, we talk about those that end with 0, then you are counting in tens. So looking at 7, it is in between 0 and 10. And the question is, which one is the closest to 7? The closest to 7 is 10. This is why we are going to round 7 up. We round it up to 10 because 10 is the closest to 7 when we are talking about tens numbers. So 7 is rounded up. This sign is used for rounding, not equal to, but this sign is used for rounding. Is rounded to 10 because we are rounding it to the nearest tens. Another example is if we have a number like 18, for example. 18 is in between two tens number, is in between 10 and 20. So the question is, where is the closest one? The closest one is to 20. So we also round it up. This means that 18 can be rounded up to 20, to the nearest tens. Don't forget I said it is the last digit we use. It is the last digit we use. If we have another number, let's say we have 23, for example. 23 is in between 20 and 30. Looking at it, the closest number to 23, the closest tens number to 23 is 20. So we round it down. That means 23 is approximately 20 to the nearest tens. We have other examples as well. However, I still want to take some three-digit number also as example. If we have 346, 346 looks as if this is three digits. It is not even between any tens number. That's what I was saying, that whenever you are doing it, you need to always look at the last digit. The last digit there is 6. Then you can say, okay, the last digit is 6. Is it closest to 10 or closest to 0? If you think that does not help, then pick the last two digits, which is 46, and check. 46 should be in between 40 and 50. So which one is closest to 46? Is it 40? Is it 50? Looking at this, it is closest to 50. I mean, it's closer to 50. That is, we round it up. So it is closer to 50, then 346 is approximately 350 to nearest tens. The logic is find the tens number that is closest. If you are not using your last digit that is between 0 and 10, then use your last two digits, find the closest tens digit to it, and then we can move from there. Let's take another example. Let's say we have 716. 716. 6 is closer to 10 than to 0. If that is confusing, then you can pick 16 itself and check 16 is in between 10 and 20. 16 is closer to 20. Since 16 is closer to 20, then we can say 716 is approximately 720 to nearest tens. Then somebody asks a question, or let me put this question out to us. What if we have something that is exactly in the middle? For example, 25. If you see 25 is in between 20 and 30. So it looks as if 25 is it closer to 20 or is it closer to 30? Now, how do we do it? For the sake of uniformity, so that we can all say the same thing, we are always to round it up when it is exactly in the middle. Whenever it is exactly in the middle, we are always to round it up. I'll say it again. Whenever it is exactly in the middle, what we do always is to round it up. This means that you round 25 up to 30. It is exactly in the middle here, but we round it up. So that gives us 25 is approximately 30. That is for rounding for tens. Now let me give us some questions to work on and let's see how many of them you get correctly. Can you please round up these following numbers to the nearest tens? We have 97, we have 25. I just did that. Okay, let me change it to 125. We have 33. We have 6,702. We have 175. So I will say that you should pause this video, try these questions, and see how many of them you can get correctly. Because by the time you play the video, I'm going to give you the answers to the question. So let's just take a sec. Welcome back. Now check how many did you get correctly. If you got anything 4 or above correctly, then I'm clapping for you right now. If you got less than 4, I will advise that you watch the video again from the beginning and come back to do the work. Then you can as well solve some questions by yourself. Now let's move on to nearest hundreds. Just like we did in tens, nearest hundreds. What you do is you check the nearest 100 to it. Nearest 100 means numbers from 100, then you count in 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and 1000 can be the end of it. So if you have a number like 78, this is why we said you can only start from 2 digits, because if you have a 1 digit and you have to round it up to nearest 100, it's definitely 0. So if you have a number like 78, 78 is in between 0 and 100. So the nearest 100 to 78 is 100. That means 78 is approximately 100 to nearest 100. If you pick a number like 236, 236 is in between 200 and 300. The nearest one to it is 200. That means you round it down, and then we say 236 is approximately 200 to nearest 100. You must always write this. Please, it is important, because your examiner needs to know what approximation have you done, what rounding have you done. So to nearest 100. To nearest 100. I will give you one more example. Then, as usual, I will give you some questions to try out by yourself. Now, let's say we have a number like 58196. And we are to approximate this to nearest 100. No problem. Just check the last 3 digits. 196. Is it closer to 100 or closer to 200? The answer is it's closer to 200. Then you round it up. This means that 58,196 is approximately 58,200 to nearest hundreds. You can write the hundreds as a number, you can write it in words. Now, it is time for me to test you again. Okay, so check these numbers and see how many of them you are going to get correctly. Round them to the nearest hundreds. We have 88, we have 372, we have 150, we have 320, we have 6,708. Just like before, you can pause the video now and try these 5 questions. Then after you're done, you can play it, because the next time you play this video, you are going to come to see what the answer is for each of them. And let's move. Welcome back. Now check, how many did you get correctly? Just like before, if you are able to get 4 of them correctly, then I am giving you a big And if you got less than 4 correctly, I would say you watch the video again and try it again. And you can also try some other questions. Now let's move on to nearest hundreds. Nearest thousands. Just the same way, you just have to find the nearest thousands that is closer to the number that you have. So you talk about thousands, talk about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. Then you talk about 10,000. So we check if you have a number like 736. The question is this number closer to 0 or closer to 1,000? Looking at it, it's closer to 1,000, so we have to round it up. That means 736 is approximately 1,000 to nearest thousand. To nearest thousands. If you have another one, let's say you have 18156. 18156. You want to know whether this is closer, whether this is closer to the next thousands, which is going to be like 19,000 or 18. So looking at it, basically, it is in between 18,000 and 19,000. And looking at it, it's closer to 18,000. That means 18,156 is approximately 18,000 to nearest thousand. Oh. So all you need to do is just pick the last 4 digits. Pick the last 4 digits and then check the closest thousand to it, or pick the last 3 if it is just 3 digits. If it is more than that, pick the last 4 and check the closest. Let's do one more example, then I give us some questions to try. So one more example, let's say we have 681532. So what we need to do is pick this. That is 1532, and see it's between 1,000 and 2,000. The closest to it, the closer one to it is 2,000. That means this 681532 is approximately 682000 to nearest thousands. All right, so question time. I'm going to give you 5 questions and I want you to work on them. Let's have the first one to be 668. The next one, 9813. 628. All right, try these 4 questions. Give your answers to them. You can pause the video here so that the next time you play it, you will have the answer on your screen. Welcome back. Now, can you tell me how many you got correctly? If you got 3 and above, then I give you the clap. If you had less than 3, you can watch the video again and then you try it again. All right, today we are going to stop here. You can look out to the next videos that you're going to have on this page. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and then subscribe so that you get a first-hand information whenever we post new videos. We are learning together. This is Key Stage 2 Math. We are learning together, and I don't want you to stop. So after you watch this video, watch the next one. Thank you so much. See you. Bye.